Yeah, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve resolution number 26-830, recognizing and commending a Story County employee who has served 15 years of service to the county, namely Joe Welch.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, on to item number 11. Discussion for possible action, consideration and possible approval of resolution number 26-829, recognizing and commending a Story County employee who served 20 years of service to the county. Randy?
Once again, good morning, Commissioners. Brandy Lopez for the record. Finally, it is my distinct honor to recognize an employee who has reached an extraordinary milestone, 20 years of dedicated service to Story County. 20 years of public service is an exceptional achievement and represents 2 decades of commitment, professionalism, and unwavering dedication to our organization and the community we serve. Through years of hard work, experience, and leadership, this employee has made a lasting impact on Story County and has helped shape the success of our organization. On behalf of the entire Story County family, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for your years of service, your dedication to excellence, and many contributions you have made throughout your career. It is my privilege to present this resolution of appreciation to James Dean in recognition of 20 years of outstanding service to Story County. Congratulations on this incredible milestone, and thank you for your continued commitment to serving our community.
Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thank you.
All right, how about public comment? All right, not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve resolution number 26-829, recognizing and commending a Story County employee who has served 20 years of service to the county, namely James Dean.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Commissioner.
So many times they have to get up and down.
You're next.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it as staff report.
All right.
All right, on to item number 12. This is discussion only. No action, no public comment will be taken. This is your committee and staff reports. We'll kick things off at the Sheriff's Office today.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sheriff Cullen for the record. We've got a few things this morning regarding staff reports. Let's start out with some statistics. Oops, too close. Just because of all the construction and all the things going on out at the park right now, we're running a few of the response times and such compared to the last 3 weeks compared to the 3 weeks prior to that. And we actually have a little bit faster response time, believe it or not. But I'll tell you why I think that's trending that direction. Just on average, about 1 or 2 seconds per call out there is our response time. A little bit slower responding out to beat 7, which is the Painted Rock area. But times are up in Lockwood, or times are quicker in Lockwood and around beat 5 and 6. Calls for service last month. 900 calls received into dispatch last month countywide for calls for service, which is the highest call volume we've ever had in the county. We are trending at about a 29% ratio for citations We had 903 traffic stops resulting in 269 cites, which goes along with our education over enforcement ideals. Another highest ever in the county there was 84 arrests last month. And that's just in due part to the growth in the park. And again, most of those arrests are coming out of the tri-area. Something we've done, and I think it shows a little bit of the quicker response times, is implementing the motorcycles out there. The bikes are able to get through traffic a lot quicker than the cars. I've been out there firsthand seeing it for the last month or so, and that's, again, getting the response time down, so the bikes are working out just like we expected. Because of the ongoing construction with the interstate and Waltham on and off ramps, we've made some adjustments in the patrol schedule and basically adding more deputies out there in the park, taking some of the deputies that would have been up here and using our administration and detectives to supplement those deputies up here in Virginia City, which seems to be working out pretty good. So we're able to add a few guys out there during the week. We're using our detention deputies because we're nearly fully staffed in detention, which is a great thing. We haven't been that way for quite some time. And we're now able to use detention deputies to assist with responding to the tri-area to pick up detainees and bring them to the detention facility, which keeps the deputies on the street out there that much longer. And then we've added a little bit of overtime hours out there for deputies that want to work at between 1,400 and 1,900 hours every day, specifically based on the fact that that's our biggest rush hour out there in the park. And it starts around 2 o'clock and then typically ends around 7 o'clock at night. We also, we had our administrative assistant out there pass away recently, but we will be adding we're testing for that and getting another admin assistant out there, which will also help with calls for service in that area, so the deputies can stay on the street. And that's basically it that I have right now. These stats I do have, they're available if you guys want them. Just send me an email, I'll send them to you. And that's it. I'll take any questions if you have any.
Great, thank you for the update, Sheriff. Appreciate the information. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
Just an observation for you. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but having to go down to USA Parkway and then turn on to USA Parkway, get back on the highway to come west. Twice now I've seen where someone does not look to their left and almost gets T-boned as they pull out. So I don't think it's an if, it's a when that's going to happen. So I just want to put that on your radar so you're aware of it. A little dangerous right there, especially at the high traffic times.
Yeah, I've actually seen vehicles using Waltham as a speedway now to get down to that interchange, get on and go eastbound, and then make a U-turn to go westbound at USA. So they're taking the long way, which is a little bit shorter. But we recently fixed the light times at Waltham and USA Parkway, which helped separate traffic a little bit and actually made the flow a little bit better. I noticed that over a 2-day period out there last week. So it's flowing, it's just slow.
Great, thank you. Vice Chairman?
No, I just appreciate you making those adjustments based on what's going on out there. Yeah, thank you.
Agreed. Thank you for the update, Sheriff.
Okay, great, thank you.
Moving right along to the Fire Protection District.
Good morning, Commissioners. Fire Chief Bob Reiser for the record. Just an update on last week's incident. July 3rd in the morning, we had a fire in Gold Hill. We had an incredible response. Conveniently, if you're going to have a fire sometime around the 4th of July when everyone has staffed up in the areas around us, it's probably the best way to have one. We had response from Central Lyon, Truckee Meadows, the new Wyland Fire Service, which is a combination of a whole bunch of things. Nevada Division of Forestry, East Fork, Carson Fire, and Reno Fire. They didn't all end up showing up because we got a very quick stop on that fire. Initially over-reported at 20 acres, then ground truth, as we would refer to it. Someone actually walks the entire perimeter of the fire back down to 4 acres. We were fortunate also to have our PIO, Julia, ride with the IC. So she got firsthand knowledge to see what that looks like. Very helpful for her process, I'm sure. And EM Adam Wilson and his group engaged in working on notifications and so on. No structure loss, just some burned up sagebrush and cheatgrass and a couple of trees, which is kind of our best result that we could expect for that. I'm just very happy overall with the performance of the staff and the county resources that were engaged.
All right, thank you, Chief. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
Great job on that fire. I'm glad nobody got hurt.
Indeed. Vice Chairman?
Yeah, I just want to add my thanks. Actually, they took a stand right at my family's property there, and I'm glad they were able to do that. And excellent work from everyone involved. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the update, Chief. Up next is Public Works.
Morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Jason Worsbicky for the record. Just want to give a big shout out to everybody involved in getting our pool open this year. Jeff Holman, his crew in Buildings and Grounds, Jesse Fain, Laura Mather, Duraflex, Coons Construction. Yeah, Duraflex out at the industrial park helped out with diving boards and all that other good stuff. So we're open, and had a couple intoxicated individuals try to jump the fence the night of the 4th of July, but that was handled, and yeah, life is good. I got an agenda item later, so.
All right, thanks for the update, Jason. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thanks.
All right, appreciate it, Jason. How about Project Manager Mike Northern?
He's not working on the project.
Okay. Kevin too?
He is out on vacation too.
Okay. How about Business Development?
No report.
All right. Grants?
Sarah Sturts for the record. Quick update on our federal appropriation request. Our senators have submitted all our requests for committee review. So that is A Street Road rehabilitation for $2 million, Divide Street Water Main for $1 million, Silver City Water Main for $1.5 million, and then Lead Siphon Water Main for $5 million. We requested one project with Amadei's office, the Silver City Water Main, and his office also submitted that request for committee review. Please note that for the lead siphon one, that was in that 2024 Water Resource Development Act, so we're requesting half of that funding for this federal appropriation request, so that's why that one is higher. And also, we were recently awarded $45,000 through the Commission on Cultural Centers for Historic Preservation Program to rehabilitate the carriage doors at Piper's Opera House, but I've only received the notice of award, so we can't proceed until I get a signed funding agreement. And lastly, the county's community project application is now live on our website, and we are accepting applications until August 31st. The budget for this program has recently increased by this board, so now each of the 4 areas in the county can request up to $20,000. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thank you very much.
All right, appreciate the update. How about our admin officer?
Lisa Massell for the record. Just a quick update, since the project managers are not here, we should be choosing a designer for the Justice Center around the 14th of this month. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thanks.
All right, appreciate the update. How about emergency management?
Good morning, Adam Wilson, Director of Emergency Management for the record. A couple of upcoming things. We are actively working. I know there's been concern in Lockwood about the Long Valley Creek bed after those thunderstorms. All the departments across the board up here immediately engaged on that as soon as the storms ended. And unfortunately, there's just a lot of regulation when it comes to waterways and floodplains and stuff, but we are making really good progress on that. So hopefully we'll be able to get in there soon and muck some of that debris out. The Virginia City Gold Hill wildfire exercise we had planned for this spring, we've postponed until the fall, and we're gonna shift that from a wildfire evacuation to an earthquake exercise now. Just given what happened in Venezuela and elsewhere across the West Coast with some increases in earthquakes, we think it's good timing to bring that out. And earthquake is also the national
shake alert day anyway, so it'll be good timing to try and kick that off in October. We applied for a grant to get the mobile EOC that the county purchased completely upfitted. That'll be exciting. We'll be able to get that completely done in one go with grant funds. We were able to use the purchase of the EOC using county funds as the cost share for the grant. So we'll have no cost share on that as well. Last week at the Nevada Emergency Preparedness Association, that's the EM association for the state of Nevada, I was nominated and then unanimously voted to be the Western Chapter Director for the association. So that's fun to get a little more spotlight on Story County and all the great work we're doing out here, and an honor to get nominated for that. I'd like to provide a quick overview of what we've accomplished in the past year. I'll try and make it quick, but it is a pretty thick list. Our hazard mitigation plan is at FEMA for review right now. They put an expedite on it because it passed the state test with 0 kickback. So that was a great job by our staff. We were able to get all the continuity of government plans and continuity of operation plans for each department updated and up to standards. They're color coded like stoplights, red, yellow, green. They were all red to yellow when we first inherited the plans, and we've gotten them all up to the green level now. We completed all of our SCRC compliance documentation with 0 kickbacks this year. That was the first time we've been able to achieve that. We're still working with Fire District on their community wildfire protection plan, and we should have that final report in about 2 weeks for our review and approval, and it'll get out to the community, and there's going to be a dashboard online. It's going to be a dynamite tool. As part of that, on the EM side, they did evacuation modeling for us using all of the data for every road in the county, including the park. That was a heavy lift because we have a lot of dirt roads. Some of them are actually usable, some of them aren't, but that's going to be a dynamite product, and we should have that in the next week finalized. We purchased the County Mobile Emergency Operations Center. That's going to be such a dynamite resource for us. Just the way we're structured, a physical building isn't as usable as something mobile, because we can take it right out to the scene and provide that resource to our first responders. We were able to upgrade our mass casualty response trailer. That's something fire's been asking for a couple of years, to get some more usable equipment inside that trailer. And that was 100% grant covered at just over $11,000. I spoke at a national conference this year. It was really well received on partnerships with health and schools. We did the Ready, Set, Go campaign as part of that nation and statewide push to use standardized terminology for evacuations. And that was also all grant covered through Quad County Public Health to do the billboards like you see out on the highways. We were able to help fire and the sheriff's office receive $32,000 and $31,000 respectively as part of those annual grants we apply for through the SCRC. We hosted training courses at every school in physical location in the county, so they got very specific to their site trainings, and then followed those up with exercises at every school. And at the Lockwood Elementary School, we were able to engage the students in that exercise and actually physically evacuate them, so the kids had a great time getting to play along. We led 3 out of our 4 residential communities in full-scale evacuation exercises, as I'm sure you're aware, and the 4th one will be the VC Gold Hill community, and that one will occur in October, and we'll have completed full evacuations of each community. We taught incident command classes across the region as lead instructors. Again, that's just a great opportunity to get the Story County EM out there in the name of Story County and the great work we're doing by leading those courses. We activated multiple times in the past year for storm incidents, special event support, regional activities. We were able to deploy the new barricades that the county bought, and it was partially grant funded at all of our special events, as I'm sure you've seen. We're now the lead in the state for that, and multiple other jurisdictions. Carson's are coming online here soon, so you're going to start seeing those barricades and similar ones at every county in the state event, because Story led the way on that one. We finalized and were reimbursed for 6 of our 7 FEMA disaster recovery from the 23 storm damages. So we received $298,526.95. That is a huge burden on EM for all the documentation and paperwork aspect. And we have our final project as well as the administrative costs of all that get reimbursed, and that's looking like we'll see another $162,298.82 from that. Hopefully this year, as long as FEMA doesn't shut down. And then we were able to increase and improve our deployment capability with EM to support incidents such as the Gold Hill fire by retrofitting the EM1 and EM2 vehicles, which is the truck myself and Tristan drive. That is all I have. Any questions?
All right, thank you for that great update, Adam. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
Great update, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Good, thank you.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, how about the VCTC?
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Tuttle, Director of Tourism, for the record. First, right off the bat, the Virginia City Tourism Commission would like to thank our first responders for everything that happened on Friday. We received hundreds of calls about will there be 4th of July, will there be, et cetera. And their quick response obviously was able to help us prepare that. Also, Julia's response with immediate press releases, we were able to get out to our news stations and the responses that we were getting there. And so the whole team worked extremely well, and it made our job extremely easy. And we wanted to say thank you very much for that ability to make that happen. As far as 4th of July, we had a fabulous turnout, one of the largest turnouts that we've seen. 70 parade participants, a lot of positive comments came back about that particular parade. We did bring in a T6 Texan flyover. It was one of the older aircraft that we had kind of encouraged to be able to make a flyover. As a result, got a few comments about that also. Our fireworks, we added a little oomph to it, so instead of a standard 20-minute presentation, we went a full 40-minute presentation, and again, a really positive feedback. I also want to comment on the orderly fashion of people leaving Virginia City. It was probably one of the smoothest exits we've seen, and so hats off to the Sheriff's Department for making that happen. Hats off to the Fire Department for being there for the fireworks themselves, and of course emergency management to be there in case anything may go wrong. So again, a great meshing of departments to make things happen. Coming up, the Mix and Mingle at Piper's Opera House on July 14th will be at 5:30. The big event following the end of the month, July 31st through August 1st, will be Hot August Nights. It will be Friday and Saturday. Once again, C Street will be closed from 6 in the morning until 5 at night. From Flowery to Sutton, cars will be parked on C Street this year. They will have permanent parking locations, the same as we've done in years past, less last year. B Street will be one-way southbound at this point. D Street will be one-way northbound, and there will be a shuttle for to and from the post office. I spoke with the post office a little bit today, furthering that preparation for that event coming up. We will have a direct mail going out to all of our residents, so they'll be aware of those closures, the way the roads will work, and the post office access. The shuttle going back and forth to the post office will operate from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on both Friday and Saturday. So access will be able to come up for those that don't want to take the beautiful stroll along the cars. Instead, they can be transported up. On August 15th through the 16th, we have the Great American Craft Fair on C Street. September 5th through the 7th, the Labor Day weekend with Heritage Days and the battle trains, and the Labor Day Parade, which will be at 12 o'clock on the 7th. September 11th through the 13th is the 67th Annual International Camel and Ostrich Races. Reminder to the locals that you can pick up local tickets for $10 at the Visitor Center. You can't get them online, regular price online. If you come to the Visitor Center, you're able to get them for $10. Saturday performances will be at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And the camel hump the little parade up on C Street with the camels will be right about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And then a performance on Sunday at 12 p.m. We are expecting street vibration September 25th through the 26th. and the 37th Annual World Championship Outhouse Races on September 3rd and 4th. So a lot coming up and a lot going on. My report. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, Todd. Commissioner Gilman, questions or comments for Todd?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
And Todd, just to confirm, outhouse races beginning of October?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again for the update, Todd.
Thank you.
Comptroller's Office? Nothing at this time, thank you. All right, how about planning?
Good morning, Kathy Canfield for the record. So just to update you on some of the projects and things that we were finishing up for the last fiscal year and things that are continuing on. The Virginia City parking study, we've got the final draft. Staff is reviewing that, and then we'll be working on how to implement some of those changes and discuss that with you. B Street survey, that was completed, so we do now have survey of all of B Street, knowing where our road is, what encroachments are there, where the road leaves the right-of-way. So if anybody's interested in seeing that, we've got copies of that. The tri-drainage study is still ongoing. We're also working with FEMA, who is remapping the electric wash. That's coming up also, to talk to some of those property owners that are impacted by that. The tri-traffic study, we've received some suggestions on what to do with Waltham Way. As you recall, we did a contract with a traffic engineer. I know we've got a lot of different companies and different pieces are all moving. The thing that I think that's helpful for this is that our contract is they're looking out for the county's best interests. So it's not always, a lot of times it all aligns up, but it's not always that way. So we've got some things to talk about with that, and then they're also looking at improvements for the park itself, things that we can look at implementing, the county can look at implementing in the future for, where do we maybe need turn lanes and different things on some of these side roads, not USA Parkway. Long Valley Creek, as Adam mentioned, we're working with our on-call engineer to evaluate how best to clean up that area. They've done Public Works has done a good job of clearing off the roadway so that's accessible. But that creek itself has the potential to be pretty dangerous, and we're wanting to make sure whatever we do as far as cleaning that up, that we're doing the right thing and not causing a problem down the road. So they're working on that right now. They've been out there last week and this week doing some survey work so we know exactly what we can do so we're not going to cause any problems in other areas. We're also working on evaluating the bridge replacements and trying to find what the best solution is for how to get that done. Our design review standards that we have for Story County, we're almost completed with that. We're working on drawings and photos with Dow Engineering is helping us with their planners that are there. We'll be taking that to our planning commission to kind of go through all the details of that, and then that'll be coming forward to the board also at some point, probably later this summer. The zoning ordinance ideas are still ongoing. We're doing the definitions chapter is what we're concentrating on right now. We started kind of going down rabbit holes of changing things, and then we had to kind of pull back because it was getting too messy and too complicated, and we're trying to very simplify. The goal is to have a definition for every land use that we have. In some times that can cause issues in that when we're looking at something there's a lot of assumptions made and not everybody's assumptions are the same thing. So this is trying to get it very focused on what that would be. And then once we have those definitions, we're also looking like how to implement that into our building code so that everything has the same kind of definitions throughout the county code. So that's an ongoing process. Let's see, the last thing I have is our accessory dwelling unit survey that's out right now. That is, I believe the survey closes tomorrow. So we've gotten some pretty good responses from that. We'll be putting all that together and presenting that to the board so they can see kind of what those comments and things were. We'll also, towards the end of the summer, have another meeting. As you may recall, the accessory dwelling units that we did we're concentrated on the Gold Hill and Virginia City zoning. That was because that has municipal water service. There's a whole nother set of rules with the state when you get into accessory dwelling units and other things that are on well water. There's a lot of state regulations that go with that and limitations that really are beyond what we would even be able to propose. So we're doing more research with that, and we'll have a presentation to because I know there's interest in the estate zones and the forestry zones on that. And so that's it for right now. I can happy answer any questions, or if you have questions on stuff, feel free to call me too.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Commissioner Gilman, questions or comments?
No, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Thank you.
All right, appreciate the
Thanks.
update, Kathy. How about Health and Community Services?
Good morning, Stacy York for the record. This Thursday, July 9th, the dementia-friendly Story County kickoff party is happening at Piper's. It starts at 2:30. This is a great opportunity to learn about this initiative and find resources if you know of anybody suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. We received our Homemaker and Transportation grants for fiscal year 27. Homemaker was once again flat funded at $20,600. And our transportation saw a decrease of $4,000 this year to an award amount of $49,000. The services won't be impacted though, thanks to the county support we received, so thank you. Erica Perry with St. Mary's Art Center, she wrote and received a $15,000 grant through the Nevada Arts Council. This will put a mural in the new Lockwood Senior Community Center. This grant is made possible primarily through public dollars, appropriations from the state of Nevada, and grants from the National Endowment for the Arts. So we want to extend our thanks to Erica and the state and federal elected officials for supporting organizations that allow for this unique opportunity. So we are going to have a public discussion down in Lockwood on Thursday, July 30th, to get ideas for this mural. And also, save the date, Sheriff's Night Out is coming up. Lockwood will be Tuesday, August 25th. Virginia City will be Tuesday, September 1st. And that is it.
All right, thank you for that update, Stacy. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Stacy, with the Homemaker grant, are we using that completely? Do we still have some constraints as far as resources to fully implement it? What's the status there?
We use the grant 100%. I think this last fiscal year, I burned through that grant by April.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we're using it. We're mostly fully staffed. Virginia City is always hard to find somebody for, but we're definitely fully staffed.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for the update, Stacy.
Thank you.
How about the Recorder's Office?
Nothing to report, Stacy.
All right. IT?
Good morning, Commissioners. James Dean, Story County IT Director. Got a few items here. We've been pulling down a bunch of radios throughout town. You might have seen Tim Shropshire and Tyler Dacia out there operating the telehandler. They got their certification for that. So we've pulled down about a dozen microwave radios in the past 2 weeks. We're starting to see the significant cost savings of moving to the fiber in town. We're not having to license those radios or maintain those radios or warranties or anything like that. And with Tim and Tyler getting their telehandler certification, we're not paying professional services for people to come and take them down for us any longer. So we are in the 6 figures savings on that. That we'll realize this year. So also we're gearing up our infrastructure to support the fiber. Last year we did our 10 gig routers. This year we're going to be doing our 10 gig switching within each building within Virginia City as well as the surrounding areas. We have about $1 million of infrastructure we're going to be upgrading this year. So that's all I got.
Awesome, James. Thank you. Commissioner Gilman?
Very technical. Makes me embarrassed that I have to ask for help to reset my password.
One more thing, we've pretty much implemented MFA countywide. Thank you to all departments. I know that can be a little bit of a jolt, but it increases our security significantly. So thank you everybody for working with IT on that.
All right, that's multi-factor authentication.
Sorry,
It's all good.
acronym hell.
Thank you. Vice Chairman, anything? All right.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks again, James. Great
Appreciate
news. Human Resources. All right. Community Development.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joseph Starnes for the record. I'd like to give you guys a Community Development fiscal year-end report. Hopefully it's not too long-winded. Fiscal year 2025-26 was an exceptional year for our department. Despite staffing shortages, organizational changes, and the tragic loss of our dear friend and leader, Pete Renault, our department continued to provide a high level of service while supporting notable development and activity throughout Story County. So community development continues to invest in our professional development and maintain a high quality, highly qualified workforce. We had many professional development achievements in 2025 and 2026. Most recently, I'd like to congratulate Dave Nair on earning his ICC residential combination inspector certificate and achieving his residential electrical credential, demonstrating our continued commitment to professionalism and excellence. And I'm going to tell you right now, that electrical one ain't no joke. It's pretty difficult. So he makes now one of 3 of us in our department that has a combination electrical certificate credentials. So throughout the year, our department maintained permitting, plan review, inspections, code enforcement, business licensing, and customer service operations without interruption. We also implemented some operational improvements that increased our efficiency, improved inspection scheduling, and enhanced the accuracy of our performance. As we enter fiscal 26-27, we anticipate implementing additional organizational improvements to support our county's continued growth. These initiatives include some staff restructuring, potential position reclassifications, and strategic hiring of a plans examiner, permit technician, and senior inspector. This will strengthen our capacity and improve our service and meet increasing development demands. Overall, department activity experienced significant growth during this last fiscal year. Most of our core services increased by 20 to 65%. This growth reflects continued sustainable development, driven largely by existing businesses and property owners expanding their current operations primarily in the industrial park. Despite the increased workload, community development, our department remains committed to delivering timely and efficient customer-focused service. We did see a significant increase in our inspection activity, and that is largely attributed not only to increased construction volume, but also our operational improvement implementations during this last fiscal year. Due to our staffing constraints, our department transitioned away from our past weekly blanket type inspections, and we returned to a more traditional contract requested inspection process. In many cases, inspections are called in by the individual trades, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, frame. We used to do blanket inspections, it's years ago, but now we're a little bit more traditional. And this results in a more accurate inspection tracking system, improved resource allocation, and enhanced customer service. So looking ahead, based on current and anticipated projects, I expect our permitting and inspection activity to remain at these high levels for the foreseeable future. Our annual growth rates may moderate over time, I believe. I expect this elevated workload to continue for at least the next 5 or so years, with strong inspection activity likely to extend beyond that period. So community development, I'm almost done. Community development department remains committed to providing timely, professional, and consistent service while supporting responsible growth, protecting public safety, and ensuring our highly qualified department throughout Story County. So I'd like to close with, I'd like to recognize and thank our community development staff for their professionalism, adaptability, and dedication throughout our particularly challenging year. Their commitment has enabled our department to continue meeting the needs of the public and the county while supporting one of the nation's largest growing industrial regions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for the update, Joe. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments for Joe?
No, thank you.
Vice Chairman? All right, appreciate it, Mike. Thank you. How about our PIO? Okay. Lee, did you have anything for us today?
Nothing today, thank you.
All right. How about the DA's office?
No update this morning.
All right. County manager?
Austin Osborne for the record. Per policy, I'm just informing you, I approved a contract with Lakota HRM Labor Management Services with Jeannie Green for another 2 years. I'm really appreciative, as well as the HR department is very appreciative of our willingness to continue working with us. The contract is very similar to the last one, just an extension of time, and it does provide for 600 hours max of work, but it's actually work as needed and goes along. So it's not a set amount. It's under $100,000, and it's for 2 years, and that's it. So,
All right. Thank you for that. Commissioner Gilman, any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thanks.
All right. Thank you for the update.
You're welcome.
Last but never least, Clerk Treasurer's office.
Thank you, Commissioners. Mr. Chair, Jim Hindle, Clerk and Treasurer. I just wanted to highlight two things. One, this morning, as people saw, we were having a little problem with our streamer, and so the YouTube stream begins on item 10 today, and it's about 10 minutes in. But of course, if anybody wants the full meeting, we do have that recording, and they can request that from the clerk's office, and we will get them copies of that so that they can keep up to date on everything that happened from beginning to end. As with this week, we are beginning property tax calc, and we will complete that by the end of the week, if not sooner. And that means property tax bills will be going out to all of our property owners in the county, probably by the end of next week. So people should be looking for that in their mailboxes. If they do not get a property tax bill and they think they should, please have them contact us. Wait a little bit, but sometime before the end of the month, contact the Clerk and Treasurer's office, and we will make sure we follow up with that and get them the appropriate information they need.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Commissioner Gilman, any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you. Before we wrap up staff updates, is there anybody that has an update for us that I forgot to call on today? All right. Thank you for everyone and the information. Much appreciated. We're going to move right along to item number 13, which is board comment. No action, no public comment will be taken. Start off to my far left, Commissioner Gilman.
None, thank you.
All right. Vice Chairman?
I don't have any comments, thank you.
Okay. I've only got one today. I'd ask that we have a moment of silence for Jim Rebello, also known as Pops, down at Mark Twain. For those that don't know or haven't had the opportunity to join their monthly barbecues, the Rebello family opens up their house to everybody in the community and outside the community between May and October. They basically have a great big potluck down there, and it's one of the few events that I can say I've gone to almost every month for the last handful of years. It's really nice to see these folks just welcome the entire community to their home for a few hours every month, and Pops has always been a staple there. For those that go, he's usually sitting in his recliner greeting everybody, but definitely a great loss to the community. So if we can have a moment of silence for Jim Rebello, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. There is, the barbecues are the second Saturday of every month, and this coming Saturday, they're tying in the family, the memorial for Pops at the potluck. So anybody that's interested in going, feel free to reach out, and I can get you the address. And that's it. So thank you for that. Moving right along to item number 14, this is discussion for possible action. Discussion, consideration, and possible recommendation for the Nevada State Engineer regarding application 94788, proposing the change of point, the point of diversion, place and manner of use of portions of the decree of the Truckee River Claims 207 and 208.5. Proposed points of diversion and place of use are located in Story County, and the existing point of diversion and place of use is in Washoe County. Lisa?
Lisa Massell for the record. Attorney Steve King will be presenting the next 3 agenda items for these applications.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa. County Commissioners, Steve King, Special Water Counsel for the record. This agenda item and the number 15 and 16 as well, Lisa's provided the board with an excellent write-up on what's proposed here. So the agenda item 14 is, as is explained, is a change application to change the place and manner of use of decreed Truckee River water rights from a location in Washoe County to a new place of use in the Tri-GID service area for municipal use within the Tri-GID. The particular application itself refers to a particular ruling from the State Engineer's Office, ruling 6279, and then some provisions in the TROA, the Truckee River Operating Agreement, which had addressed earlier similar change applications. And this application is requesting a consumptive use amount that will be permitted to be used, pumped out of induction wells within the Tri-GID service area. So this application is one that, in my view, is beneficial to the county, and although there's no action required under this particular agenda item per the particular section of the Nevada Revised Statute that is referenced by the State Engineer's Office for this board to consider, my suggestion would be that the County Commission just write a letter stating the County Commission considered this application at this board meeting on July 7th and that it supports the application.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thank you very much.
Is there any public comment? Not seeing any, Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I believe I am. Let's see here. I, Commissioner Mitchell, acknowledge application 94788, which proposes to change the point of diversion, place, and manner of use of portions of decree of Truckee River Claims 207 and 208.5. The proposed points of diversion and place of use are located in Story County, and the existing point of diversion and place of use are in Washoe County.
Second.
Yeah,
Do you
I may
want
add a
to-
second piece if we
You can include in that motion, Austin Osborne for the record, you can, as Mr. King suggested, in this case, because it's Tri-GID, if you would like to make a recommendation, we could prepare a letter and send it.
Very good. And further, I would move that we instruct staff to prepare a letter of recommendation or acknowledgement of this action and send it in support of this action.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, before we move on from this item, I just thought out of an abundance of caution maybe to disclose that we act as the ex officio board of Tri-GID, who is the entity that is applying for this. So
Okay.
seems proper to disclose that we have that relationship.
Works for me. Thank you. On to item number 15 is discussion for possible action. Discussion, consideration, and possible recommendation to the Nevada State Engineer regarding applications 95008T, 95009T, 95010T on January 30, 2026. Steve?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These are 3 temporary change applications, temporary for a 1-year period. that propose to move water from Story County, point of diversion, to Washoe County. And specifically, these are applications that are pursuant to a particular agreement between TUMWA, Truckee Meadows Water Authority, and Sierra Pacific Power Company, NV Energy, which in certain times of the year and certain years provides for applications to be filed by TUMWA to, on a temporary basis, change the point of diversion from the Tracy Clark generating facility that has a manner of use for industrial cooling purposes to upstream at the Steamboat Canal to allow water to continue to flow in the river to its terminus in Pyramid Lake and not be diverted at Tracy Clark. This is consistent with, well, it's also a part and coupled with the ability of what's called Tumworth, the Truckee Meadows water treatment facility, to allow secondary permits to allow effluent to go to effluent customers, specifically effluent customers at the GID, to use that effluent and this water, rather than being diverted at Tracy Clark for power plant purposes, actually stays in the river, keeps the river at a higher level of flow. So that's the intent of this application. There's no action necessary by the county commissioners. Past applications and similar applications, the county has taken note of this and not actually provided a letter of support to the state engineer, and one is not really necessary in my view.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
I would just, if it's all right, just make the same disclosure that because this has a relationship to, and the TRIGID is a party to some of these agreements, that we serve as the ex officio board of that organization as well, which may be impacted in some way by this action.
All right, thank you. Is there any public comment? Not seeing any. There is a motion, right? All right, Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah. I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to acknowledge applications 95008T, 95009T, and 95010T filed on January 30th, 2026. Applications 95008, 9, and 10T proposes to change the point of diversion, place and manner of use of permits 19883, certificate 6229, 28192, certificate 8768, and 29213, certificate 9199, and 29214, certificate 9200 respectively. The proposed point of diversion and place of use is located in Washoe County, Steamboat Canal, and the existing point of diversion and place of use is in Story County.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 16. This is discussion for possible action. Discussion, consideration, and possible recommendation to the Nevada State Engineer regarding application 94778 and 94779. Steve?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These two applications were filed by Plum Lane Business Park LLC to change just over 16 acre-feet annually of Truckee River Decree water rights with an existing place of use in the Truckee Meadows into Truckee Meadows Water Authority's service area within Washoe County. These two applications had an Exhibit A with a legal description that included a small portion of land in Story County, a small amount of acreage in Story County along Interstate 80, and also a map that also showed a little piece of Story County as the proposed Truckee Meadows Water Authority service area. Both of those were in error. So these two applications are in error in that they are not actually moving water from Washoe County into Washoe County and Story County. It simply moving water that's decreed in the Truckee River Agreement, the Truckee River Decree into Tumwa's service area for municipal purposes. So there's no action necessary by the board on these two applications. And then after the board takes action on this agenda item, I'd like to make a comment if I'm allowed, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
So, Mr. King, just to make sure I understand, we don't necessarily need to do anything other than we'll acknowledge on the chance that with the mistaken identification of this influencing Story County, we're clean and in the clear that we've acknowledged that we've been notified and then we're good to go. Is that what we're proposing to do today?
That's correct, Mr. Commissioner, that the board has considered this at a board meeting.
Thank you.
All right, is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I'm happy to do so. I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to acknowledge applications 94778 and 94779, proposing to change the point of diversion, place, and manner of use of portions of Decree of Truckee River Claims 434 and 434A. The proposed point of diversion is located in Washoe County, and the proposed place of use is in Washoe and Story counties identified as the current Tumwa service area.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Mr. King, you asked for some comment period?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to let the board know, and this goes back to there was an April board meeting where a similar application, that one was just the two that just were considered in agenda item 16 were heard by the board. They both had the erroneous filings with or attachments to the application, specifically Exhibit A and Exhibit B. And that at that point in time, I had spoken with the Truckee Meadows Water Authority representatives who confirmed that they had meetings with the state engineer and were preparing in their new applications going forward would have a corrected legal and map. So let me just back up too. The applications that were just considered in agenda item 16 were filed in October of last year. Just to let the board know that I have an application that it happens to be application number 95177. It was filed by Tumwa on April 24th of this year, and it has a new Exhibit A attached to it that explains that the legal descriptions that are identified as partial sections only include areas in Washoe County, which is to say, not Story County as well. And then just as on June 2nd, the Exhibit B, which is the map to support the application for this particular change, which has the very similar, I should mention, has the same factual situation, moving decreed rights in the Tumwa service area. There's a new map that's been prepared, and in the new map, it actually has some language that it's prepared to better reflect Tumwa's service area, and it shows simply confirms that it's to be within Washoe County. So going forward, not sure if there's any applications that are still in the queue that the state engineer might notify the Story County and Washoe County that these particular factually similar or particularly factually similar applications. There might still be some in the queue, but going forward, the new applications filed by Tumwa will hopefully reflect the correct Tumwa service area, not including any Story County acreage. So that's thank you for letting me just provide that information to the county. It's not for any consideration.
No problem. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, on to item number 18. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of special use permit file number 2017-020-A2-2 2026. The applicant, Asia Union Electronic Chemicals, Reno Inc., requests an amendment to special use permit number 2017-020-A1-2020.
Good morning, Jessica Prager for the record. The applicant is requesting an amendment to their previously approved SUP. The original SUP was approved in 2017 to allow for the production, distribution, and use of hazardous and non-hazardous chemical products at the facility. The 2017 SUP was amended in 2020 and approved to modify the language that was associated with conditions that relate to chemical and substance release reporting requirements, outdoor loading and unloading, chemical storage, and security footage. As construction commenced, the specifications outlined in the SUP needed to be modified in order to be consistent with the state of Nevada permitting. So this is the second amendment. It is adding one new chemical to the chemical production list. The applicant was presented with a new business opportunity to add the chemical to the facility to allow for the opportunity to process, package, and sell to customers. The addition of the chemical plus the quantity was reviewed by the fire district and NDEP's chemical accident prevention program. Neither of them had any concerns with the addition of the chemical to the facility or the quantities. The Planning Commission heard this item on their June 18th meeting. Questions were asked to the applicant pertaining to hazardous spillage and cleanup requirements, storage and transportation of the chemical, in which he was able to provide very thorough and detailed responses. There was no public comment at that meeting, and the Planning Commission recommended approval. And the applicant is here if you may have any questions or would like additional information.
All right, thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Before I ask the commissioners for any questions, is there anything you wanted to state on the record?
None at this time. My name is Jared Kearney. I'm the plant manager at Asia Union Electronic Chemicals, and just thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
I have none, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Jessica, I noticed you didn't pronounce the name of this chemical. I'm just kidding. I was gonna make you do that for us.
My hardest.
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
All right. Is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I'm happy to. Do we need to read some findings of fact and?
Yes,
Okay.
I do have findings of fact for the motion. Jessica Prager for the record, findings of fact for the motion of approval. This approval is for special use permit amendment 2017-020-A2-2026 by applicant Asia Union Electronic Chemicals, Reno Inc., AUECC. The applicant requests an amendment to special use permit SUP number 2017-020-A1-2020 to modify the original chemical product list by adding NMP, which was not included in the original chemical product list or the amended SUP. The subject property is located at 1400 Waltham Way, APN 004-093-36, McCarran, Story County, Nevada. Number 2, the amended special use permit 2017-020-A2-2026 conforms to the 2024 Story County Master Plan for the McCarran Planning Area in which the subject property is located. Number 3, granting of the amended special use permit 2017-020-A2-2026, amending the special use permit to modify the original chemical production list will not, under the circumstances of the particular case, adversely affect to the material degree the health or safety of persons/property in the neighborhood of the subject property and will not be materially detrimental to the public welfare or materially materially injurious to property improvements in the neighborhood or area of the subject property. Number 5, the amended special use permit 2017-020-A2-2026, amending special use permit to modify the original chemical production list, will not impose substantial adverse impacts or safety hazards on the abutting properties or the surrounding area, and it will comply with all federal, state, and county regulations. Number 6, the conditions under this amended special use permit 2017-020-A2-2026, amending special use permit to modify the original chemical production list, does not conflict with the minimum requirements in the Story County zoning ordinance.
All right, thank you. Vice Chairman, you ready?
I am. In accordance with the recommendation by staff and with the findings read on the record here today, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve special use permit file 2017-020-A2-2026. The applicant, Asia Union Electronic Chemicals, Reno Inc., or AUECC, requests an amendment to special use permit number 2017-020-A1-2020 to modify the original chemical product list by adding N-methylpyrrolidone, or NMP, which was not included in the original chemical product list or the amended SUP. The subject property is located at 1400 Waltham Way, APN 004-093-36, McCarran, Story County, Nevada.
Second.
All right, County Manager, what did you have?
Before you motion, can I just ask that you also include recommendation of the planning commission on that? Maybe I didn't hear it, but I think that was best. That's all, thank you.
Okay. I will modify my motion to include in accordance with the recommendation by staff and the planning commission.
I'll still second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On item number 19, this is discussion for possible action. Discussion and possible approval of the initial collective bargaining agreement between Story County and the Story County Sheriff's Supervisory Association, the Nevada Association of Police and Sheriff's Officers. Randy?
Good morning, Commissioners. Brandy Lopez for the record. Before you today is the proposed initial collective bargaining agreement between Story County and the Story County Sheriff's Supervisory Association, affiliated with the Nevada Association of Police and Sheriff's Officers. Following the establishment of the Sheriff's Supervisory Bargaining Unit pursuant to NRS 288, the county and the association met and negotiated an initial agreement. To promote consistency among Sheriff's Office personnel, we use the existing Deputy Sheriff's Collective Bargaining Agreement as the foundation and modified it to reflect the supervisory positions of sergeant and lieutenants, as well as the needs of any newly established bargaining unit. Some or more significant changes include the addition of an employee-to-employee leave donation program for employees who have exhausted their leave but do not qualify for catastrophic leave, compensation for unused sick leave under terms outlined in the agreement, an increase in annual leave accrual for long-term employees, adding an additional level for 15 to 20 years and another for 20 years and over, an increase in the years and amounts associated with milestone pay to recognize long-term service. And we did negotiate a one-year contract term, which will allow both parties the opportunity to evaluate the agreement and address any necessary revisions during future negotiations. I would like to thank the representatives of the Sheriff's Supervisory Association, the Sheriff's Office, the county management for their professionalism and collaborative approach throughout the negotiation process. We believe this agreement provides a fair and balanced framework that recognizes the responsibilities of our supervisory staff while supporting the county's operational and fiscal goals. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
All right, thank you, Brandy. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thank you.
Is there any public comment?
Jennifer has a few things to say as well.
Okay. Jennifer?
Jennifer McCain for the record, Story County Comptroller. I need to add a fiscal note on this contract. We are proposing within the contract a 5% increase for the sergeants and lieutenants to relieve compaction. We've increased longevity from $600 a year to $1,000 a year, which is paid every 5 years to employees who meet those milestones. And the overall financial impact to the budget will be under $300,000.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the initial collective bargaining agreement between Story County and the Story County Sheriff's Supervisory Association, affiliated with the Nevada Association of Police and Sheriff's Officers in NAPSO.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Brandy. Moving on to item number 20 is to recess to convene as the Story County Fire Protection District Board, bringing us to item number 21, which is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of the July 1st, 2026 to June 30, 2029 collective bargaining agreement between Story County Fire Protection District and the Story County Firefighters Association Local 4227. Chief?
Fire Chief Bob Reiser for the record. Over the past few months, the negotiating committee for the district and the labor union have worked very hard to put together a new labor contract for the next 3 years. The agreed upon contract covers many benefits which will support the current members, along with providing an attractive package for future recruitment of new members to the fire district. The contract keeps district members in a competitive wage position within the region without sacrificing our ability to grow the capabilities of the organization to fit the communities we serve and protect. One of the standout things in this is switching our wage scale from a 7-step down to a 5-step, which keeps us competitive with the rest of the agencies around us. Some shifts as far as incentive packages and percentages over the 3 years keeps us in a competitive, but definitely not the top of the scale in comparison to other agencies. An important thing for us to consider when we look at a labor contract is that we're negotiating against like entities. So we make sure that our comparable agencies are fire districts as opposed to municipalities, given the fact that we can also budget over a longer term period. This also aligns long-term with our strategic CIP and sets us up to continue to grow our agency both in stations and in personnel. A few of the other big pieces that I think are important to recognize is a change to our benefits insurance package, going to 100% dependent coverage, which is something that the county has done within other bargaining units, as well as it fits what our neighbors are doing. An important piece for the fire district is increasing our education and development as far as looking at setting the organization up for success long term. So making sure that we have appropriate funding down the road for personnel to attend seminars and classes, as well as separate funding for secondary education for them to develop and pursue associate's degrees and bachelor's degrees. So we can look at filling our positions with professionals who understand the administrative side of things as well as the tactical and strategic side of things. Those are big pieces for us. One of the other ones is recognizing their years of service and the impact of their time here, and making sure that what was is historically known as longevity, we have changed to career incentive, and making sure that they are rewarded for their time here in an appropriate fashion. So those are a couple of the big cost pieces. The percentages over the next 3 years is 8% in this fiscal year. And then something that has challenged us over time is the increases to PERS are unpredictable, to say the least. So in year 2 of the contract, which is a potential PERS increase year, we have negotiated a 4% COLA above the PERS increase. To give a perspective of that, the split is normally somewhere, not somewhere, it's a 50% split. So between the agency and the members themselves. So if there was a 2% PERS increase. 50% would be borne by the organization, and the other 50% would typically be in lieu of a COLA. In this case, we would increase their COLA from the 4% negotiated to 5% to meet the PERS requirements, so they would still see that net 4% increase. And then in the third year, another 4% in a non-PERS year. So 8, 4 over, and then 4 in the third year. Another part of this, which was significant for us, is there are no reopeners to this contract. So it is meant to last the entire 3 years. Those are kind of the big pieces. Jennifer may have some additional that she would like to reference.
All right, thank you.
Jennifer McCain, Fire District Comptroller, for the record. As Chief explained, we've gone from 7 to 5 steps with the associated percentage increases. The longevity or career milestone is also a significant financial impact to the organization. Both of these bring us first year to an increase in wages and benefits of approximately $1.4 million. Year 2, an increase of approximately $880,000. And year 3, this is an increase of approximately $760,000 for a total 3-year increase of $3.3 million approximately. It's important to note that these estimates, while they include sick and annual leave buyouts for all employees, it is an unknown whether all employees will take advantage of this benefit. As well, we have no information on what the possible PERS increase will be year 2, so that is not reflected in these changes, nor is an additional HSA contribution, because again, we cannot even begin to estimate how many employees will take advantage of that benefit either. It's also important to note, while this is agreed contract on both sides, we all think it's very fair that this, the timing of this contract is an unbudgeted expense. So we will possibly be coming to you next year in June for augmentations and transfers related to this contract. However, that will only apply in year 1.
All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Fire Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Fire Commissioner Mitchell?
I'm good, thanks.
More public comment? Not seeing any. Fire Commissioner Mitchell, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Fire Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029 collective bargaining agreement between Story County Fire Protection District and the Story County Firefighters Association Local 4227.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Do you want me to stay for the other?
On to item number 22. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of a capital budget allocation for the purchase of 2 Type 1 fire engines for Fire Stations 74 and 75. Chief?
A lot of moving pieces, Chief Bob Reiser for the record. A lot of moving pieces with the budget this year, and with a significant transfer out at the end of the year that Comptroller McCain and I were trying to capture, we unfortunately missed a specific capital line item allocation for the purchase of the 2 fire engines, which were approved in a previous meeting through the strategic CIP. This is to go back and capture those. The funding is obviously there within the capital fund in 280. However, we didn't specifically allocate it for the purchase of the fire engines. And this is just to come back and capture that specificity for that funding.
All right, thank you. Fire Commissioner Gilman, questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Fire Commissioner Mitchell?
No, thank you.
How about public comment? Not seeing any. Fire Commissioner Mitchell, you prepared to make a motion?
And I, Fire Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the capital budget allocation for the purchase of 2 new Type 1 fire engines for District 74 and 75 in the amount of $2.6 million for apparatus and upfitting.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 23. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of a capital budget allocation for the purchase of 2 facility training centers for Fire Station 75 and 72. Chief?
Again, Fire Chief Bob Reiser for the record. Same situation. We had allocated in the capital improvement plan, and you had previously approved that. However, the same situation applies as with the previous apparatus, where we unfortunately did not get this approved as part of one of the specific items in our 280 capital improvement budget. Again, the funding is there, and we had prepared for that. However, we did not specify that particular item, and we would like to get that approved through the board.
All right. Fire Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments on this?
None, thank you.
Fire Commissioner Mitchell?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Public comment? Not seeing any. Fire Commissioner Mitchell, prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Fire Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the capital budget allocation for the purchase of 2 training centers for Station 75 and Station 72.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 24. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of updated 2026 through 27 declared costs for personnel and equipment. Chief?
Fire Chief Bob Reiser for the record. With the update to the labor contract and costs, part of what we do is update our, what we refer to as a fee schedule. That covers the cost of our apparatus when we send them out for campaign fires or extended attack incidents, the cost of personnel if we have specific events coming through VCTC where we're charging for specific costs. This is an update to that, which in turn supports those functions when we're billing for service outside of the things that we provide for free to the county.
All right. Fire Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Fire Commissioner Mitchell?
I'm good, thanks.
How about public comment? Not seeing any. Fire Commissioner Mitchell, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. I, Fire Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve updated 2026-2027 declared costs for personnel and equipment.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 25. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of resolution number 26-827, adopting the 2026 through 27 billing rate agreement reflecting portal-to-portal payment for district employees who respond to Cal OES requests for emergency service. Chief?
Fire Chief Bob Reiser for the record. Annually, Cal OES, when we respond to their primarily wildland incidents, but they could call us for any number of things, requires that we update our resolution to make sure that we are paying portal to portal for our members, because that's what their agreement states. In turn, it's an update to the resolution, and we wait until after we have approved declared costs if there have been any changes to those. So that leads us to updating our resolution 26-827. And I'll read just the heading because it's a very long one, and the rest is obviously going to be available in the record. But a resolution of the Board of Fire Commissioners of the Story County Fire Protection District authorizing overtime and portal-to-portal pay for employees responding to requests for assistance made by the California Office of Emergency Services, Cal OES, pursuant to the California Fire Assistance Agreement, CFAA.
All right, thank you, Chief. Fire Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Fire Commissioner Mitchell?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Fire Commissioner Mitchell, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Fire Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve resolution number 26-827, approving the portal-to-portal payment of district employees who respond to Cal OES requests for emergency services.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Moving right along to item number 26 is to recess to convene as the Story County Highway Board. Bringing us to item number 27, which is discussion only, no action. Report of Public Works Department regarding roads and highways throughout Story County.
Hello again, Chairman, Commissioners, Jason Morsbicki for the record. A couple updates, piggybacking on what Adam and Kathy had stated. The flooding down in Lockwood was pretty substantial. The amount of debris that come down through there and 4 to 8 foot diameter boulders was pretty impressive. Kind of put 2017 to shame for just being a short thunderstorm. But we got Canyon Way cleaned up and proceeding with other remedies. We're installing a bunch of extra speed limit signs all throughout the tri-park over the next couple weeks. We're kind of lacking in speed signs and everything else from what the ticketing public is saying, so we're adding more to that aspect. We were also down cleaning out a lot of drainages down throughout Mark Twain in the last week, the bottom of 6 Mile. We're spraying weeds this week all up and down 6 Mile and around town, and start out in the Highlands at some point. That's about all I have for that one so far.
All right, thank you, Jason. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Oh, good, thanks.
All right, appreciate the update. Moving right along to item number 28. This is discussion of possible action, consideration and possible approval of the recommendation of award for the 2026 road rehab project to S&C Construction in the amount of $4,497,007.00, and task order 85 for construction management with Dowell Engineering in the amount of $498,654, for a total of $4,995,661. Jason?
Chairman, Commissioners, Jason Worsbicky for the record. S&C was a apparent low bidder at the bid opening conducted by Dow Engineering via Planet Bids on June 19th at $4,497,007 for the 2026 road rehab project in Mark Twain. Along with this project bid, along with this is the project bid task order 85 for construction management with Dow Engineering in the amount of $498,654 for a grand total of $4,995,661.
All right, thank you, Jason. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
No, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
So Jason, it seems that this bid came in a fair amount under the engineer's opinion of probable cost.
It did.
Is that fair?
That's, we're starting to see a decline in some of the road work pricing
Okay.
around the region from what I was told.
You throwing a big party with all the extra money you got?
Yeah.
From the budget? I'm just kidding. I appreciate the work on getting this going. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the recommendation of award for the 2026 road rehab project to SNC Construction in the amount of $4,497,007, and task order 85 for construction management with Dowell Engineering in the amount of $498,654, for a total amount of $4,995,661, and to allow the Public Works Director to sign the agreement and task order.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, guys.
Moving on to item number 29. This is to recess to convene as the Story County Liquor Licensing Board, bringing us to item number 30, which is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of the first reading for off-sale liquor license. Applicant is Jordan Mullen, BC RV Park, located at 355 North F Street, Virginia City, Nevada, 89440.
Detective Chris Hamblin with the Story County Sheriff's Office for record. Yes, I'm here to go over the first reading for the new request for an off-sale liquor license. As you stated, the applicant is Jordan Mullen, excuse me, and it's for the Virginia City RV Park. There has been a preliminary investigation started, and there are no disqualifiers at this time.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
I'm good, thanks.
Sheriff?
No questions.
All right, is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the first reading of the off-sale liquor license. Applicant is Jordan Mullen, Virginia City RV Park located at 355 North F Street, Virginia City, Nevada 89440.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 31. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of the second reading for off-sale liquor license. Applicant is Dean DeLillo, Delta Saloon and Casino, 18 South C Street, Virginia City, Nevada 89440.
Again, Detective Hamlin for the record. Again, I had a second reading for the on-sale, off-sale liquor license for the applicant Dean DeLillo of the Delta Saloon. The first reading was done on April 7th, and with that application, there are no disqualifiers at this time.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thanks.
Sheriff? All right, how about public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. Commissioner Mitchell moved to approve the second reading of on-sale, off-sale liquor license. Applicant is Dean DeLillo, Delta Saloon and Casino, 18 South C Street, Virginia City, Nevada 89440.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify.
Mr. Chairman, before.
I'm sorry?
Thank you, Austin Osborne for record. I just want to put a finding in here that this is an off-C Street business that is going to be addressed during second reading.
Oh, I think that was on the last item,
It's
Austin.
the last one. I'm
Yeah,
sorry about that.
that's quite all right.
Okay, well, still made. Thank you.
Okay, so there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 32. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of the second reading for the on-sale liquor license. Applicant is Andrea Wold, Ropeman, 62 North C Street, Virginia City, Nevada.
Again, Detective Hamlin for the record. And lastly, I have the second reading on the on-sale liquor license for applicant Andrea Wold. Again, the first reading was done on April 7th, and with that application, there are no disqualifiers at this time.
All right, thank you. County Manager, is there something you wanted to say regarding this item?
This is a C Street business. No, thank you.
Yeah, I believe his comment was referring to the previous item that we already completed.
Okay. So, Commissioner Gilman, questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Okay.
I'm good.
Wasn't the Delta on C Street too?
It was, the one before that, before it was not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think that was
RV
the comment
park.
that he wanted to put on the record, was that
Gotcha.
we would consider this, the special hearing that we're, or license that we're supposed to have for that item, the second reading.
Sorry for the timing on that.
Gotcha, no worries. All right, so, Vice Chairman, questions, comments?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Sheriff, questions or comments?
Nothing.
All right, is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the second reading for the on-sale, off-sale liquor license. Applicant is Andrea Wold, Ropeman, 62 North C Street, Virginia City, Nevada.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. On to item number 33 is to recess to reconvene as the Story County Board of County Commissioners, bringing us to item number 34, which is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of agreement between Story County Sheriff's Office and the Story County School District regarding the school resource program, resource officer program in district. Sheriff?
Commissioners, thank you. Sheriff Cullen for the record. I'd like to ask for a continuance to the next meeting on this one.
Okay.
Just so we can clean up the MOU so everybody has a clean copy of it, and also see if the superintendent can be here as well.
Fair enough. Commissioner Gilman, questions, comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, I'm good with that.
Is there any public comment?
We asked that to be on the July 21 County Commission meeting.
Okay. Is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to continue this item, the approval of the agreement between the Story County Sheriff's Office and the Story County School District, to our next regularly scheduled meeting on July 21st here at the courthouse.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. On to item number 35. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval of the grant of easement file number 2026-036 to TRI General Improvement District for construction and operation of 2 water tanks on Story County-owned land, APN 004-171-24, 8665 USA Parkway, McCarran, Story County, Nevada. Kathy?
Thank you. So this is a request from Tri-GID. The county owns a 40-acre piece of property near the county line. We have 2 existing communication towers on it. One is a lease to a commercial communication tower, and the other is a public service communication tower. The tanks themselves would be lower than those towers. Our IT department has reviewed this, and they don't have any concerns with it interfering, any of the communication equipment interfering. The 2 tanks themselves will be constructed by Tri-GID for part of their water sewer or water service. The site itself, even though it's not in Tri, it's in the Tri-GID service area. So staff is recommending approval of this. We've walked the site and we're comfortable with what they're wanting to do.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, other than just to again disclose that we serve as the ex officio board of the Tri-GID, and so we'll likely be considering or approving this on the other side if there's a need to do so.
All right, thank you. Is there any public comment?
I don't believe so, no.
All right. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. In accordance with the recommendation by staff, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve a grant of easement 26-036 to Tri General Improvement District for construction and operation of 2 water tanks on Story County-owned land, APN 004-171-24, 8665 USA Parkway, McCarran, Story County, Nevada.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. On to item number 37. This is discussion for possible action. Consideration and possible approval for the payment of the county's annual membership to NNDA, one of the county's 2 official economic development authorities, in the amount of $5,000. Laura?
Good morning, Laura Mather for the record. So it's time for us to renew our annual membership with NNDA of $5,000. NNDA has been an amazing partner for Story County for over 40 years, and they continue to be. They are an incredible resource. They are always there for me whenever I have questions, comments, concerns. They provide data, they provide information on construction, business development. They're just an incredible resource, so I look forward to us renewing our membership with them.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioner Gilman, questions or comments?
I think I just need to make a disclosure that I sit on the NNDA board.
All right, noted. Vice Chairman?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Can I interject really quick?
Sure.
I'm also on the board, so I don't know if that needs to be disclosed as well.
All right, thank you. Vice Chairman?
Yeah, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the payment of the county's annual membership to the Northern Nevada Development Authority, one of the county's 2 official economic development authorities, in the amount of $5,000.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
I'm going to call a 10-minute break. We'll be right back after the 12 o'clock buzzer.
Okay, thank you. Do appreciate that.
take that next year.
Knew it wasn't even happening. And then it showed up. Which I'm grateful for, if we were gonna make a decision. Hard to approve something we haven't read.
Sure, they can just talk to each other and everything, so you're getting it, yeah.
Would that be James?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's.
I don't have any. Yeah. I don't know, just call him and get the, so I'm Yeah, I thought about asking, just, can I get a laptop from the county and just have a separate laptop? Is that possible? Do I ask you for that?
Yeah, I'll ask you and I'll talk to him, we'll get you set up.
Okay. I just need something small, like,
Do you want
it
to
doesn't
start
have to be
with
fancy.
do you want like that or something, that's just easy?
That would be fine.
Yeah, okay, that sounds funny, better than.
Like, not Apple, I don't like Apple. I got budget stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. saw this picture online. It's this old guy, and he says, he's got a shirt on and says, "That's not my pimp walk, I have gout." I'm like, you know what?
You're like, hey, I resemble that t-shirt. That's funny.
You're shaking my head, man. Growing up sucks.
I know, so, I don't remember what the saying was, but someone was like, hey, just so you know that my friend is, I don't give people hear my bad dad jokes. No secret that I tell them.
Right?
I've gotten far past the point of being ashamed, like.
Oh, good. That's why I took a break. Oh, boy. You good to go, Jim?
I assume you both are good.
All right, we're going to reconvene. It's 12:03. That brings us to item number 38, which is discussion for possible action. It's the fiscal year 2026 annual report by the county manager, including staffing, budgets, projects, capital improvement projects, and other county matters. County Manager Osborne.
All right, thank you. I'm Austin Osborne, County Manager for the record. What I'm going to do today is just give you a little bit of a year-end cap as I typically do. I think the style will be a little bit different this time, brief to the point, and just kind of giving a little bit of a snapshot of where things have grown in the last year with a little bit of a look at the last 4 years. At any part in this, I'm happy to have you stop me and I can answer any questions or take any notes. This has been published and you've seen it, so I don't plan on really going through every single item unless you want me to. So just to start here, I want to just touch on our strategic plan, where we are with that and kind of progress. Here's all of our strengths, opportunities, weaknesses analysis, our SWOT analysis, and really the themes that we're finding in this currently is that our team is very knowledgeable, dedicated, very committed to what we do. There's rapid growth going on both industrially as well as just otherwise, working in the region, addressing various internal issues and just society as we know it. Resources and geography is a big deal in our county, as we're kind of like a two-county county. There's the north half and the south that provide duplicative services. Partnerships and regional work with folks in the area, whether it's, Washoe County or whatever, that's a major theme in our organization. Working with state and federal government, technology, cost of housing and materials, and delays caused by supply chain shortages. regional coordination and rapid growth, poaching of staff, social media fund, legislative attacks, and regional attacks. That's kind of overall just a nutshell, the kinds of things we're dealing with, and that slide there really kind of looks at the focus of the details. So there's really two parts of our growth when you look at our goals for a strategic plan. One is looking inward and the other is looking outward. And the main items really of looking inward that we're working on as a team is just trying to not only collect data, which we've been working on for the last 6 years, but now starting to actually be able to compare data year by year and then start to create things with it and make decisions based off of that data. I'm very proud of my team. Most of what you see in this presentation today is really kind of a surprise at the level of growth I've seen in our department heads over the last 12 months in this area. Automation, technology, and modernizing our systems and policies is another major theme internally looking. Trying to not do everything manually with pick and shovel, having systems and computerization do stuff, trying to make us more efficient, more responsive, and not have to just keep staffing up. Artificial intelligence is also a big one. Our team is embracing that. We have policies and things we're trying to get that tightened up and using artificial intelligence appropriately. Outward facing goals, I don't think it's a surprise here. The transportation, housing, regional coordination, and addressing and being prepared for legislative action are really the focuses of our outward collaboration. That includes transportation like the Patrick Interchange and working with NDOT, things like that. Internal operations, just a snapshot. Here's our elected organizational chart. That doesn't change ever. But then the organizational chart for the departments and for the appointeds, which is really the focus of this presentation, hasn't changed a whole lot in the last year, but there it is for your viewing. In the county manager's office, there's been not really the growth, but moving things around. Moving project management to the office over the last year was a big move. We have 3 project managers now, 1 coming on board soon, and being able to keep up with those capital improvement projects that we have coming, like the jail, justice center, senior centers, etc. The management analyst position has always been budgeted in our office. We're going to fill it this year. We're recruiting right now. And the focus of this will be really looking at our internal policies and codes, updating our county codes, looking at our standard operating procedures and getting more of that, again, data metrics and decision making and working with our legislative leadership as well. So staffing wise, you can see that there's some growth in staffing countywide. This does not include the fire district. And you can see a lot of growth has come from public safety, both sheriff, 911 services, and emergency management, as well as public works. I should have put in public works, roads, building, water, and sewer. Service has a lot to do with this, vehicle and equipment service. And a lot of the things that you see in this chart are also providing services to the fire district under interlocal agreement. Community development and planning, you can see there's some growth there, keeping up with the things that we're dealing with that Kathy talked about and Joe talked about earlier, for example. And I'm going to go through some of the specifics on this and where the growth is happening. Buildings and grounds, you can see pretty steady, but you see on the right column there, that's the Lockwood Senior Center. So in that center, there's about 4 or 5 different functions occurring. The number of buildings and roads you can see about the same. The 91 you see there, that's kind of a mix of all the things that would be associated with the senior center, and it includes all buildings, outbuildings, and other structural components of the county. Vehicles and equipment, you can see that the same thing. There's a growth pattern seen where we're growing, we're getting larger, and you can see the growth of county equipment. That includes lawnmowers, cars, trucks, heavy equipment, everything. On the right side, the fire district. As of last year, we made an agreement with the fire district that the county only works on fire district chassis. So basically, if it's painted blue, the fire district takes it to its specialist. If it's painted black, we take care of that. Business activity, kind of overall building permits, business licenses. You can see that we've about doubled in business licenses over the last 4 years. Some of this is construction. Food trucks, there's about 50 of them. I've heard it high as even almost 100 before. And contractors, about 1,000, and about out-of-county business licenses, about 1,800. Buildings and construction, this is building permits, about 32% increase on the left slide. The right side's a little bit wonky. It's hard to tell a certificate of occupancy because sometimes they're given temporary certificates, sometimes they fluctuate, so it's not really a slide that you can show exactly where the growth is, but I thought it'd be appropriate to put it there anyway. Nuisances of blight, the Community Development Department has been working on this area probably since the 90s. Joe and Scott Cunningham and his team and the DA's office have made more progress in the last 3 years, as you see, than the history of the county. Thanks partly to the direction of this board to put some teeth in our ordinances. We've been making a lot of changes, so the reason you're seeing code enforcement cases drop, it's because they're resolved, they've been adjudicated, the people are in the program, and they're done and taken care of. The dump vouchers, back to that, very important. People love the dump vouchers. Going electronic, you can see the number increase just by going electronic requests for dump vouchers, that suddenly people are really into those. This is community services, a lot of the programs that Stacy provides. This, as you can see, that she's running with her programs about 4,000 to 7,000 customer interactions during this period of time. And then you can see our Meals on Wheels. She's serving about 30,000 Meals on Wheels over the last year. Technology and communication, you heard Director Dean's presentation earlier. A big shift in IT is happening by getting rid of all the radio, microwave equipment and using fiber. This is not only more efficient and more reliable, but now we don't have IT people climbing 100-foot towers. We don't have to use the drones to keep everything lined up all the time. There is a lot of improvement just by going to that new system. Sheriff's Office, Fire District radios, MDTs are a part of this growth that we're seeing. And then we're trying to migrate everything from servers in all of our buildings to the cloud. That has been a huge endeavor, but it's going to make things more reliable and consistent. So multiple offices are involved in these changes. For public records requests, got to add that in there, our favorite. This is just where the trends are going. There's no particular department being targeted. It's just companies after companies. They want to know their stuff, or it's individuals wanting to know what's going on with government, or there are otherwise inquiries. We just expect this number to grow. It's growing in other jurisdictions as well, but we wanted to give you an idea about where we are with public records requests. Lisa's been working a lot with OnBase and Jim's office and others to try to automate some of this and create some systems approach where we don't have to drop everything and do these manually, but it's a challenge. And some of these public records requests, if you have to get all the emails for certain topics, there are requests that have 20 to 40,000 emails that have to go to the district attorney's office, and they have to review every one of those emails to make sure that there's no confidential information. It is a monumental task to deal with these. You can find our response average is about 8 days following the initial 5-day required reporting period, so they get moved out very quickly. I have not added other elected offices to this. I think the elected officers would rather do their own reports, but I am adding the Justice Court in here. As you know, I'm the temporary administrator of that office, so I thought it'd be important to show you a little bit what's happening in there. There is 200 to 600 increase in criminal cases that office is dealing with. They have a staff of 5 people. As of yesterday now, they have a staff of 7 people. We were able to bring on an admin 1 and an admin 2. We think that's really going to help, but that office is severely overloaded right now and trying to keep up with those cases and keep them going to court, and it just keeps growing while the staff has not grown significantly over time. You can see the other civil traffic, civil general, and protective orders are kind of all over the place, but overall growth. This is really not a full budgetary analysis here, but I want to point to a couple things in here. This is all audited. I didn't put FY26 in here because it's not audited, but overall, the capital improvement plan number that you see at the top, when Jennifer gave her, or Comptroller McCain gave her report, you can see a lot of that now is committed into our capital improvement projects, our water projects, and others. Tax revenues and expenses are roughly matching each other. We're getting things done. And then it's important to note that that tri-payback expense in the last year, that was $7 million. We're expecting it to be north of $12 million next year. We're also expecting 2 or 3 major roads to come online per the development agreement. That could be upwards of $10 or $12 million added to the tri-payback formula that we would have to account for later. So to talk about community engagement, there are roughly 15 town halls, workshops, or other types of things like that that we've done over the last year throughout the county. You can see where they occurred and what the topics were about. External engagements regarding transportation, you can see our partners, NDOT, Tesla, other companies, RTC, Washoe. These are some folks that have really been working with us closely, and they're happy with us working with them closely. And you can see things that are going on along the I-80 corridor, mainly regarding regional transportation. External engagements for services, we're working with everybody. You got everything from our RDAs to sub-conservancy districts, SHPO, Amade, Cortez, and Masto and Rosen's Cortez, Masto, and Rosen's office. You know, federal, state, local. These are all the folks we're working with on all of these various topics. For business development and grants, same thing. You can see here Laura and her team and Sarah. These are basically all the engagements that occur on the right column. You can see for the Porter Group meetings, there was 83 of those that occurred. For Economic Development Authority of Western Nevada, there was 22, et cetera, et cetera. So it kind of gives you a snapshot of kind of regional activity that's going on with our team. These are all the folks we do work with. There's more, but just gives a little bit of a visual. So county code projects, this board has given us direction to update the county codes. We're very happy to do that. They need to be updated. And so some highlights in here is really just reducing bureaucracy, lowering fees, increasing consistency, and modernizing our codes. And in essence, making it easier for people to use and less regulation. County policy project is the next thing, is our internal policies, kind of the same thing, is trying to modernize our policies. It's not really the HR policies, most of those are current, but we're working one section at a time of our internal regular policies regarding vehicle use, building use, finance, IT, equipment, AI, and you can see specifically those that are completed, that were done in the last year, and those that were kind of ramping up for the next round. So our legislative team is working and has been working really under leadership of Commissioner Mitchell onto this, and we have been actively for the last year coordinating with state and regional folks, legislative leaders, staff, and elected people throughout the local jurisdictions in the area. We're monitoring legislative committees, attending and testifying at legislative committees, and really educating ourselves on what we're going to do for the next legislative session. And some possible BDRs are being discussed that deal with economic development or the abatement programs or Interstate 80 and transportation, housing, local issues. And I would believe, Commissioner Mitchell, that by the next county commission meeting or soon there, we would have some items on the agenda for getting direction from the board to start deciding what we want to do in the next session. But I would say our team is well prepared. This is our public information officer, marketing. She's working with our legislative team as well as our other departments on getting our TV ad and our online ads updated. Fiscal benefits report is getting updated. Nevada newsmakers and other partners, booklets, our public information officer data reports, all of it tying into the upcoming legislative session as well as just general working with our regional partners. Capital project snapshot, about $41 million is parked in our budget for capital improvements for FY27, and they include all of these things. I'm not going to go over the list unless you want me to, but Justice Center is the first, second, and third important project. And this one right now, we're in RFQ design out, very close to getting a designer, an engineer. This is going to be a construction manager at risk project, which means we're going to be very engaged in and collaborative through the development of this rather than just building it and then going out or designing it and going out to bid. I want to thank my team for working with Douglas County and Carson City and Washoe County folks. and communicating with their folks that have done CMAR projects for many years. We're learning how to do CMARs, and our neighbors have been really generous in their time with us, helping us out. The swimming pool was going to get replaced right away. I want to thank Jason and his team for doing the impossible. I am told that it does not leak anymore. It is a solid, I would call it a good swimming pool. And it is good for 5 to 7 more years. We're hoping that we can put that off a little bit as a capital project where we focus on some critical infrastructure needs in the county, at least for a little bit. More projects, I'm just not, there they're all listed there, but some highlights here are the county school buildings potentially going into office use. The school district and the county are now aligned with a notice of intent. I'll be meeting with the new school superintendent here pretty soon to start building that interlocal agreement. Cartwright Road, we think potentially might be able to be moved up a little bit sooner in the capital improvement plan based on moving some things around in other parts of the plan. We're looking at potentially, and I'm looking at the comptroller, but a design element this year, and then the following year would be potentially going out to bid for construction. Tri-Shara substation is on track. Dubé Architecture is the one taking lead on designing that out at Tri-Center. Did I change it? Yeah. So the next project list here, I'm going to focus the Lockwood Bridge replacement. We had sought a grant for that, about $14 million. The grant federal group that was involved in that is moving the goalpost and doing some things that aren't going to make that project viable. So we're working as a team to change our pivot over to a different agency that may be able to provide some different opportunity that would be able to get that project off the ground. We are at this point using what we believe we have budgeted funds to do 100% design on all the bridges on Long Valley Creek that are county owned or owned by the LCC or Rainbow Bend or the Canyon General Improvement District. And once those are 100% designed, then they become shovel ready, and then we'd be eligible for some of these other grants that right now we're not. So we're taking care of that first. Water projects, we know what's going on with water. Most of what's happening here is it's held up in Congress. They're working on appropriations and budgets. But while that's happening, our team is working on all the easements and interlocal agreements and things like that that are needed to pave the way for those projects in the paper world before they are funded. Tri in the region, I don't need to talk much about the Patrick Interchange. That thing is moving along. I understand it's on target to be right in the middle of August, if I remember, and we're about halfway to that point now. I drove by it. I didn't realize that we're going to actually extend the width of the freeway and make another bridge. So it is much more substantial than I was expecting that to be, but they're moving along and it's going pretty well. And Laura and her team have been just working with Tri-Center companies regularly to try to give them updates and express our empathy and appreciation for the disruption it's causing during this time. So grant requests, there they all are. This is all Sarah here and all the different grants she's managing and the county match. So just give you an idea what we're doing there with grants. And then lastly, this really is just a snapshot of the capital improvement plan, just so you and the public could get a chance to look at all these. It's the details of everything I talked about. I'm welcome to drone on as long as you want me to on this, but that is pretty much a snapshot of that. What I'm giving you here is what these people here in this picture are doing. All I'm doing is just kind of giving a snapshot of what's happening overall with the county. I could not do this job, nor would I want to without my team. I know we all say team, but our department heads and our staff and the people that are working behind the scenes are just fabulous. I'm very grateful for them. All I'm doing up here is just giving a summary of what they do. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, and I appreciate your time on this.
Thank you for that update, Austin. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments for Austin at this time?
Thank you, Austin. It's a great report. Appreciate it.
All right, Vice Chairman?
Yeah, I'll echo that same sentiment. I'm going to be encouraging our citizens to actually take a look at it. This is a great summary of what's going on and how broad and intense the work is that's being done. So thank you.
Agreed. Great update, Austin. I assume that's available PDF?
It is.
Okay.
And anybody can request it if they want like a bigger version or something.
All right, is it, I'm not trying to make a decision here, but can we maybe get that on the website?
Yes,
a link to it? That we could just direct them? Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you. Is there any public comment? Not seeing any, there's no motion on this, right?
There's no, there's just discussion.
All right. Thank you for putting that together.
You're welcome.
All right, on to item number 39. This is discussion for possible action. Discussion and possible consideration authorizing the county manager to sign and approve a contract with RCG Economics for professional services, updating the 2023 Story County Regional Benefits Report and providing economic consultation and support related to the interim and 2027 legislative session up to $95,000 to update the report and $200 an hour for consultation. County Manager?
Thank you, Commissioners. Austin Osborne for the record, County Manager. This is a continuation of our contract with RCG Economics and EK Economics to take our regional fiscal report and just update it, get the numbers current from 2023 to the present, and also to put a little bit more focus this year on not just regional benefits that are occurring because of Story County economic activity, but also the state. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about the school district impacts that are happening positively and adversely in that report to kind of show a snapshot of what's happening there. I'll be working with a school district to get data related to that. The other elements of this contract really is RCG Economics providing us kind of some review of whatever work we produce, whether it's letters or analyses. They will also, under this contract, would testify in the legislature if necessary and upon request as needed.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Gilman, do you have any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
Yeah, I'm a huge supporter of this idea. I think it's absolutely crucial. I was having a conversation with a commissioner from a much larger county who's well-informed and, really dialed in. But she was under the assumption that we were still under a guaranteed county where we were guaranteed a certain amount of revenue from the state. And I believe it's been almost a decade since we went off of that guarantee. And so I think it's absolutely crucial that we have the actual numbers of the activity that's happening here and how that benefits the state as well as the region. I think this is very timely.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
Yeah, I, Commissioner Mitchell, move to approve the proposed contract with RCG Economics for professional services to update the Story County Regional Benefits Report and to provide legislative economic consultation.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Austin. On to item number 40, this is discussion for possible action, consideration and possible approval of business license second readings A through P. Commissioner Gelman, any questions or comments?
None, thank you.
Vice Chairman?
No, thank you.
All right, any public comment? Not seeing any. Vice Chairman, you prepared to make a motion?
I am. I move to approve the second reading of business licenses under item number 40 listed as A through P.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to item number 41. This is the second and final time during this meeting public comment is available. Any public comment in the courtroom today? Not seeing any. That brings us to item number 42, adjournment of all active and recessed boards on the agenda. It is 12:29. See you all in a couple weeks. This meeting is adjourned.